What up, what up, what up, what up, what up? What's going on, YouTube? What's going on, you guys? How you doing? You already know who it is, the host with the most, your boy Kensu, back again. So today, I want to talk about good old Kiske. Good old Boy Scout Kiske. Kai right now is looking really strong, much like a lot of the cast members, but the thing about Kai this time around, I think that he's a lot more appealing for a lot of people to play. I think a lot of people would just pick him in general just because they kind of see him as like a Shoto. You know, you got the fireballs and uppercuts and all that stuff like that, and they see him a lot like a Ryu. But I feel like this time around, he seems a lot more exciting. It seems like a lot of other people who in which I've talked to who don't really like Kai but see him in this game now, they're like kind of interested in wanting to play him now because not only is his aesthetic cool these days from what we're seeing here, but it's just his overall playstyle seems a lot more seems a little bit more exciting than probably it's ever been, to be honest. His footsie game is still pretty much the same as far as I can tell. Nothing seems too out the ordinary for him. The whole shock state thing is still pretty interesting to me. It's kind of cool seeing them adding different, properties on characters' moves and like complete kits so that you can kind of get like a different style of objective for gameplay. And I think that's a big approach that they're taking right now to Strive, is just adding like these little objectives in the game for you to focus on, not just systematically, right? But, within your character, you can find like, okay, shock state, right now for Kai, and whatever else they're going to produce for other characters, you know what I mean? Like, sky's the limit. The game's not fully released yet. We don't know what they're going to do. But, I guess to add as an addendum to that, you have the wall break where you get the extra meter gain, Those are just two examples of like objective style play in which you can kind of see the type of direction that they're going. But back to Kai, it's just Kai right now just seems very, very complete. Even though he doesn't have an overhead greed seaver anymore, the flip kick he's got it's still pretty sizable for it jumping over lows and things like that. Still, offers good pressure. It's great for his combos. Like, it's still like complete, Kai still looks very complete. And of course, one of like the biggest things, and actually to add to that, in terms of Kai being complete, like even from his forward punch, his forward punch looks really good. His crouching heavy slash looks really good. Just his entire kit, just everything just screams just like, this is great for those players who want to play a really solid game while still having very good pressure. Nothing about him in terms of like mix up at the moment from what we've seen is super overbearing. It just seems like he's just got all the basics. So if you like that fundamental play, I think he's going to be great for a lot of fundamental style players. Of course, we got to address the elephant in the room, and that is Kai's dragon install. Kai's dragon install, as far as I'm concerned, I think is pretty balanced. I think it's pretty much his comeback mechanic, And again, it adds for a different kind of like objective when you're playing this matchup, right? So if you're fighting against Kai, as I mentioned in my previous video, you want to try to keep him away from the guts mode, right? So that he cannot activate dragon install. Now, it's hard to say how prominent dragon install will be in competitive play, but it is still an option, and I think it's still important to like kind of build around these kinds of options. But even then, on the other side, as a Kai player, I think right now with the added properties that the dragon install gives Kai, on top of it being there's no timer, you don't have a limit. Like, you go from good character to phenomenal character for 50 bar, and sure, you have to be low HP, but if you think about it, the way meter works right now in Strive, they do kind of hand it to you here and there, but I think more so on wall break than anything else. That aside, I think it's still good to see that he has this option, because normally he's just really just had Ride the Lightning and Sacred Edge, and those supers are great, especially Ride the Lightning being like his staple. But Sacred Edge, as far as I'm concerned, has just been kind of like fodder. It hasn't really been like this amazing super you kind of rely on. You can always use it to end games, and that's kind of like where Sacred Edge tended to like lie, unless you just had an amazing lead or you got a gold burst and you're able to combo into it, or there are conversions for it, and it's more of a situational tool, which I feel like I feel like that's pretty much the case here with Dragon Install, but I feel like it's not nearly as situational as Sacred Edge. I feel like it's okay to kind of go for this like regularly, you know, especially, you know, if you're able to combo into it, which I wouldn't be surprised, mind you. I haven't seen it get comboed into, but I wouldn't be surprised, right? So if he's able to combo into it, then the combo he may get may scale just a little bit, but he gets, you know, a safe way to activate, and, you know, there you go. You went from like good character to a phenomenal character once again. So there seems to be like no real major detriment to using Dragon Install, at least yet. You know, it looks cooler at least, right? But no, seriously, there's just I at the moment I just don't see any major detriment to this, you know, new ability. I think this is probably one of the greatest additions to his kit since the Shock State, to be honest. And I guess to quickly shed some light on the Shock State, if I recall right, what it does is you get the Shock State, and then you're able to pretty much land slide anywhere in his combos. I believe that's what it was. Sorry guys, I don't play Kai like that. I know a lot of people who did play Kai in the beta, but regardless, I'll be testing a lot of these characters out when we're able to actually play the beta. But you know, I think that's really cool that it just, you know, it's just a great extra property for Kai. You know what I'm saying? It just really, really works out well for his kit. I just feel like he's really, really, really well-rounded. You know, he's looking to be an extremely fun character to play, and just everything, man. I have to admit, I've been looking at Kai like, man, Kai's looking pretty cool. So, but yeah, I think that's pretty much it, though. I think a lot of people will be happy with him. His playstyle, like I said before, it's the same, but it has a nice flair to it now. So I think, as I said earlier, I think he'll be a lot more exciting to play. And I think a lot of people will probably be flocking to him pretty soon, I'm sure. I mean, you can't deny. Come on, guys. Kai's pretty swag in this game. Like, let's be real. The jacket, the new haircut. I'm really, I guess, really quickly, aesthetically, I'm very happy that they decided to like make Kai look a lot less not boring, but I feel like this Kai just, I don't know, it just feels more modern. He seems like he's like very much so more mature than the previous looks that he's had, you know. And I guess it's also kind of like a throwback to the way he used to look, you know, with the short haircut. So I don't know, it's something I'm just really happy to see. It's like, I guess for me, as someone who's played the series for such a long time, you know, I guess you can say I kind of grew up with these characters too, you know? So seeing them age as I have aged, it's kind of like cool to see their demeanor change and, you know, the way that they've been written and whatnot. So I can go on and on about aesthetics, but in general, you can't deny Kai's swagger in this game. Come on, guys. It's pretty swag. Alright, so that'll about do it here for my thoughts for Kai. As a reminder for you guys, please be sure to hit the subscribe button and the notification bell. Stay up to date with anything and everything that's going on with this channel. I know a lot of you guys have been watching the videos and are not subscribed, so I would highly encourage you to do so. And I believe that'll just do it for me here. I will catch you guys in the next video. Stay safe out here in these COVID streets, and see you around.